Division clinched, playoffs clinched, and it all went down in Minneapolis last Sunday as the Detroit Lions picked up win number 11 on the season. We're talking all about the NFC North champs from the Motor City right here on Inside the Pride.
Let's go. Going down. Sack back at the 30-yard line. Aiden Hutchinson got him again. Throws deep downfield. Got a man wide open. Inside the 5. Caught. End zone. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. How about that?
And by the way, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. All roads go through Detroit.
This is Inside the Pride on the Lions TV network. I'm Dannie Rogers. The Detroit Lions went on the road to Minnesota in Week 16 with one mission on their mind: come back home to Detroit as NFC North champions. Not only was the plane ride filled with excitement about a division title, these Lions officially clinched their first playoff berth since 2016. Let's take a look back at the highlights from Minnesota.
It has been 30 years since the Lions won a division title. It has been 30 years since the Lions had playoff football in Detroit. 60 minutes right here can end all that. If the Lions can come up with a win over the Minnesota Vikings. Turns, gets to Montgomery, head down to the end zone. Is he in? Yes, sir! Touchdown, Detroit Lions. Going forward on fourth down, Mullins back, looking, throwing deep downfield. It is picked up by the Lions. Intercepted that time by Brian Branch. And there's the snap. He's back. Blitz comes. Mullins looks, drifts out to his left. Got a man open downfield. It is intercepted by the Lions. What a terrific play by the Lions safety that time. Goff takes the snap, turns, gives to Jameer. Jameer picks his way over the right side, gets outside. There he goes to the 10, to the 5, to the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. Jameer Gibbs 14 yards to the house, and the Lions extend their lead.
About fourth down, and they convert. Ooh, Gibbs still going. Oh, and he's tackled from behind.
Now watch what he does to a Caleb Evans. Gives him the Skittles.
Jared takes the snap back, looking, throwing, middle, caught, touchdown, Detroit Lions. Amon-Ra St. Brown and the Lions have the lead back. Goff takes the snap, turns, gives to Jameer, running right to the house, touchdown, Detroit Lions, untouched. Mullins back with a lot of time, throws deep downfield, that's up for grabs, and it is going to be intercepted by the Lions, Kirby Joseph. Kirby ran under it, the pass intended for Justin Jefferson, and the Lions have got it back. Mullins looking, pressure comes, stepping up, looking, throwing deep downfield. It is picked up by the Lions, intercepted, coming back the other way. This is going to be over. Lions are going to win it. Lions are bringing the NFC North title back to Detroit. This game is over. The NFC North race is over. The wait for playoff football in Detroit is over, folks. After 30 years, the Lions are bringing it back as division champions.
Man, you never forget your first one. And there's a lot of you in here, right? The first collectively, man, we didn't know coming into this season. There's a lot of new guys, right? We had some core foundation. But man, you find your new brothers, right? And you build from the ground up, and you've already developed through the core, which we did, man. We knew this wasn't going to be easy. You guys came in and earned it, and you've earned it all year. Give me the old guard up here right now.
Come on, Dak.
Decker.
Come on, Dak. Come on,
Germ. Tracy. The old guard. The old guard. Whenever you do something like what we just did, it's special. It don't matter, man. And it don't matter how many you win in a row. They're special. But I can tell you this, when you're part of the organization, and it's been 30 years since you won a championship, it's special, man. And these guys have been fucking dying for it and waiting for it, man. It's for you, baby. This first one's for you. The rest of you keep going.
Let's go, Lions on 3. 1, 2, 3, Lions.
Dallas is on the clock. Head coach Dan Campbell returns back to his home state, looking to pick up his first win as head coach against the Cowboys, and we take a look back at one of the most memorable games in Lions history. Inside the Pride is sponsored by Kroger, Henry Ford Health, and by the Ford Motor Company. Wishing for something special? Maybe it's VIP seats, the meal of a lifetime, or an unforgettable journey. Whatever it is, Community Financial Credit Union can make it a reality. Share your impossible dream at impossibledreams.org by scanning the QR code at the bottom of the screen. This week I'm joined by the head coach, Dan Campbell. Week 17. Let's jump into these Dallas Cowboys. They are 7-0 at home. I know you like hostile environments. What challenge awaits in your home state of Texas?
Look, first of all, it is special for me personally, just because I grew up there. I was a Cowboys fan, so it makes me really want to go out there and beat them. All right, we had our chance last year. We didn't do it, so this one's been festering for a while. But there's something special about going on the road and in a harsh environment, and it's just you guys, it's just the staff, it's the players. We're the only ones, and it's you against everybody. So that's what makes it special. You know, this is a good team. They're playing good football, and we got a chance to go in there and show what we're worth.
Coach, when you talk about these Cowboys, you have to start with quarterback Dak Prescott, who is playing at such a high level. From your vantage point, why is he in the MVP talks right now?
Well, he first of all, he can make every throw in the book, but he's smart. He's tough, he's competitive, and, you know, he makes throws like this. This is obviously Cooks, man. He's got speed. He's your deep threat. This is 2nd and 14. You ought to be feeling pretty good about it, but then they throw over the top of you like this, and this is what you got to be prepared for. But watch him from behind. This is one of the things that makes Dak what he is. He climbs in the pocket. You know, he can feel the pressure. He knows he's about to get hit, and he still lays into this throw and takes it right in the sternum. That's a rare quality to have. Our guys got that.
You got Cooks, then you got wide receiver CeeDee Lamb, who is somehow coming up on his best season yet. Your secondary has been shaken up a little bit with some new personnel in there. Why are they built for the challenge of facing Lamb?
The back end, to me, starts with communication, honestly, and it's about all these guys playing at a high level, but more importantly, man, you're all on the same page, you're playing together. It's very much like the offensive line. As long as those 5 are all on the same page, even if they're all wrong, they're all right. And I think that's very much what you talk about on the back end. So that's what our guys have been doing a really good job of. This thing here is he gets a one-on-one, takes an outside release. Look, this is not bad coverage, but this is what Dak will do. He's just going to lay it out there and give him a chance to make a play on the ball. I mean, look, he's got to hold him off with his right, catch it one-handed with his left, and honestly, I would say, well, look, if this happens, you know what? Good for them, because that's not bad coverage. He made a play, and that's what makes him dangerous too. He can make catches like this.
Defensively, I know how much respect you have for Micah Parsons. This is back-to-back weeks of facing elite pass rushers. What is the number one emphasis when it comes to Parsons?
They're going to force you to be in one-on-one with this guy, especially on 3rd down. That's what they want to do. And he can line up anywhere across the line. He could stack. But I think, first of all, if we can, we want to be able to slide to this guy. We want to be able to find a way to double him if they'll allow it. Most of the time, they're going to force you in one-on-ones. But he's so quick, he's so violent, he's fast, and he can finish on the quarterback. He's another guy. Patience, man. See what you hit. It's easier said than done, but you close your eyes for just a second or you try to snap off too soon, and this is what happens, and that's why he's dangerous.
Coach, you're in year 3. You've got 1 game left on your schedule after Dallas. When you think about year 1 and the foundation you laid, what comes to mind first?
Well, I think that's what all of that was for. I think that was always what it was. I mean, that's where my mind was always at after some of those hard losses in 21 and even some of the tough wins we were able to get, and even last year, was building to get to where we're at right now. And it was going to take time, but man, we were building a foundation, and we were getting christened in fire, and because of that, we're coming out a better team.
Thanks so much, Coach.
All right, thank you.
29 years ago, 2 of the greatest running backs of all time faced off against one another. Emmitt Smith and the Dallas Cowboys hosting Barry Sanders and the Detroit Lions. Let's relive the iconic 1994 matchup with the reigning Super Bowl champs.
Who presented the biggest challenge? Dallas. Well, that was that team that you really you had that mutual respect for, but you just hated to play them.
What do you think was your best game you played?
I probably would say the Dallas game, not the playoff game. The battle when we went to Texas Stadium when it was Barry versus Emmett. We wanted to prove something. We wanted this game bad.
It was a big deal, that game. You know, the few times we played them, it always felt like more than just another game. We felt like, you know, one of those Super Bowls probably should have been ours.
I think Monday night, everybody thinks those teams have the best personnel. Let's see how far we've come or how far we have to go to get there.
The Lions think they're better than that. They think that they're a team that is good enough to come down here and be expected to beat the Dallas Cowboys. Now, we'll find out.
When you see guys like Charles Haley, Emmett, you see Troy, you see Michael Irvin, we wanted to go out and prove that we were just as good.
In Texas Stadium back in those days, fans were just crazy for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was one of those places you had to factor it in.
Jason Hanson, one of the best in the league, and he'll be kicking off. And here we go from Texas Stadium. The Cowboys coming in with a mark of 2-0, and Emmitt Smith seeks another rushing title. Emmitt Smith's first carry of the game. It's a nice 8-yard pickup after the 41-yard line.
It did matter. It certainly mattered that he was playing at the same time that I did. I think he was someone that I thought of that kind of pushed me, and I think that was very mutual.
Aikman on first down, going for 6. He's got it. Alvin Harper. That was an execution, that drive.
Emmett's one of the best ever. So much respect for him, and also their offensive line, they were great. Well, if they were great, we felt like we were great. We didn't get as much publicity as they did, but we knew how hard we worked together. But it was more about helping Barry get the recognition that he deserved.
And Detroit with the ball at the 41. Gives it to Barry Sanders. Dives and darts and moves his way out to the 45.
Barry was the best in the league. And really his mindset and his focus in the locker room, on the sideline, and the huddle was like no other game that we had played. He was extremely focused and determined that night.
This guy is electricity. Those are instinct moves.
Yep. Emmett versus Barry, doesn't get any better. It was the best of the best, and you're going to go at it for, you could say 60 minutes, but it was more like 60 rounds, the heavyweight championship. It was that good. And can Barry get him? That's what we were thinking. Can Barry get him?
Sanders. Oh, great.
He's a human pinball.
She's Emmitt Smith. He has the first down, and Emmitt Smith is all the way out to the 30-yard line. That was like Emmitt was saying, I've seen enough of Barry Sanders. You're watching two of the best that ever played this game, and I hope nobody asks us which one we think is the best.
We wanted every inch he could get. Just relentless, absolutely relentless. We got 5 yards, 6 yards, 9 yards. I remember one where he kind of got flipped around and he's pushing himself to get another couple of yards like that. I thought, this is Barry Sanders.
Mitchell, play fake, looking to throw. Time, into the end zone, wide open, touchdown, Lions! Brett Perriman.
To the end zone, touchdown, wide open, Brett Perriman. And the Lions have the lead.
So far, so good for Barry Sanders and the Detroit offensive line.
It wasn't all on Barry. That offensive line would compare with any in the NFL today. Pro Bowl center and Kevin Glover, Lomas Brown, they could protect the quarterback, they could block for the running back. A lot better than people have given them credit for.
Here's Perriman. Good call, good delivery by Scott Mitchell. The four-man rush. Mitchell, and the catch is made by Moore. Herman Moore developing into one of the best in the league. 36, 4th down and 3. Play clock down to 2. Here come the Cowboys. Mitchell gets it away, and the fingertip catch is made by Herman Moore.
An absolutely perfectly thrown football.
A lot of people talk about receivers wanting the football. I wanted it because I felt that if it was in my hands, I was going to do something special with it. And you have to have that type of unwavering confidence to be successful in the NFL. And some people can think of that as being an attitude or being cocky, but it's not. It's nothing but pure confidence.
I remember so many times with Herman where he's not open, but you throw it to him anyways, right? Because he would make the catch. He would go up and get it done. And so to have someone like that who was an elite receiver at the time and at the best at what they did, and Herman was one of those guys.
Mitchell under center. Mitchell to throw. Mitchell caught. Touchdown, Lions, Herman Moore.
Over the middle, and it's caught for the touchdown. There it is, Herman Moore.
So I always thought in the show that Emmett and Barry put on, I thought our guys stepped up and showed that they were just as good as they were, and they responded great, because it was insane, that the performance that whole offense put on that night. I remember it vividly because I thought that was one of the most complete games we played defensively.
The Lions had a very, very good defense, no question.
Second and 10, out from behind, Pax Swilling.
Football IQ was very high, especially with Spielman, but Benny was the same way. Benny Blaze would play with broken bones and pulled muscles and knock your block off.
Irvin Smith splits the hole, and then he gets hit hard.
I'm your cleanup man. I want my heart right here. And so I'm gonna try my darndest to be the best there is at this game to make sure this team wins.
And it's incomplete. You're a receiver, you're thinking about where is Benny Blades, and I think that might have been on the mind of Michael Irvin a little bit. Smith does not get in.
Yes, sir. Boy, what a play by Chris Spielman.
For a linebacker, you're only as good as the people in front of you. You look good, I look good. So my success is in direct correlation to your success.
49, Eaton goes over the middle. Moose Johnson fumbles at the 50-yard line, and the Detroit Lions have the football. First turnover of this game.
Dallas Cowboy offense, they just took the passing game right out of it. It's an offensive struggle tonight against the Detroit Lions.
Locked at 17. So you're looking at a field goal now. 57 yards. It's deflected. Overtime. The Lions will get the ball. And Barry Sanders swings to the outside. His big night continues. Barry to the Dallas 47-yard line.
He is playing like he is possessed tonight. The man who stands between him and probably the recognition that he feels he should have is sitting on the bench watching him, Emmitt Smith.
Steen at the 40. Sanders, and he takes it to the 34.5. So you're looking at a 52-yard field goal now.
You know, I had come in, and it was early in my career, and, you know, oh, we can kick the long field goals. Well, I missed 3 50-yarders in the same game. So it was this horrible moment. And they have the ball, and it's the time's winding down, and I'm on the sideline pouting, like, you know, like, well, what am I going to say after this game?
2 minutes, 2 timeouts.
Aikman. Look out. Oh, he's in from behind. The ball's loose. At the 43, and Detroit has the football. Broderick Thomas stripped it.
Boy, Troy took a long time looking downfield.
Thomas coming around the horn, got the hand in there. Broderick Thomas.
In an instant, the defense comes through. There's a fumble. We have the ball. We're in field goal range right there, and we're going to drive. And I'm like, just a whiplash of emotion of, get ready, you're going to have to go out there again.
And there is your one first down as Brett Merriman takes it to the 25-yard line. Well, Mitchell, he's going to set Hanson up right in the middle of the field. That's all that was. A very defining moment for Detroit. They go on to win this game tonight.
They have played hard, they have fought, they have hit, and they did not give up.
Can the Lions win it in overtime? We're about to find out. Young Jason Hanson. Rodenhauser, good snap, kick on its way. Jason Hanson. Lions win it! Lions win it! They've beaten the Dallas Cowboys for the first time ever at Texas Stadium.
This has been outstanding here.
They go to Dallas, and they beat the world champions.
You know, it was Barry versus Emmett, both incredible, but we wanted Barry to come out on top, right? And he did. He put on an amazing performance. Remember, that locker was a spectacular feeling, and just wild, and it was a great moment.
We got down into the locker room to interview the players, and Barry was standing up and he's doing his tie. He always wore a sport coat and a tie. And you could just see he had a little smile on his face like that, you know. The 1994 game is something to remember. I remember it, anybody was there. That's what a mark that game left. He accepted the challenge and he won it.
You know, it was awesome. And being able to play the way I did and the way we did to win in overtime. One of those cherished memories for me of playing the great game.